Welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to find N in hydrated salts. So this is a component of mole concept where we are required to find the number of moles in hydrated salts. So usually when you're given this question, they will give you the mass of the hydrated salt, which is the 25 given here, and then they will also give you the mass of the unhydrated salt, which is 16.0 grams. So how do we go about it? So step one, the first thing we have to do is we have to calculate the mass of water. So how do we calculate the mass of water? So the mass of water is going to be given by the mass of the hydrated minus the mass of the unhydrated salt, which is in this case 25.0 grams minus 16.0 grams, and this will give us 9.0 grams. So we know the mass of the mass of water. Once we calculate the mass of water, step two, we are required to calculate the number of moles of the salt and number of moles of water. So how do we go about it? So the number of moles of a salt, so by salt we are referring to the hydrated salt, the unhydrated salt. So this is going to be mass divided by molar mass. The mass for the unhydrated salt is here, which is 16.0 grams divided by what is the molar mass of copper sulfate. So copper to sulfate, when we do the math, we're supposed to get 160 grams per mole. This will give us 0.1 mole. Then we can find the number of moles of water, which is mass over molar mass. The mass given is the mass we calculated here, which is 9.0 grams divided by the molar mass of H2O is 18.0 grams per mole. So when we do the math there, we'll get this is 1, there this is 2, we'll get a 0.5 moles. So to find the N, so the N is the ratio of the number of moles of water divided by the number of moles of the unhydrated salt. So in this case, what are the number of moles? 0.5 moles. Remember, this is a ratio, so it doesn't carry any units. Then the number of moles of unhydrated copper to sulfate is 0.1 mole. Therefore, this gives us 5, which simply means that, I'm going to change the color, which simply means that the CuSO4 point, so the N here is 5H2O. So in summary, the first thing that we're supposed to do is, first step, we find the mass of water. Once we find the mass of water, second step is we find the number of moles of the salt. So by salt we mean unhydrated salt. So we find the number of moles of the unhydrated salt, then we find the number of moles of water. Then the last step, which is step 3, is for us to find the N. We find the ratio of the number of moles of water to the number of moles of unhydrated copper 2 sulfate, and that is the 5. Therefore, this is the final answer. For any questions, or if you have any questions relating to this, you can post them in the comments down below. Thank you.